we're back. We're doing this last episode just as like a cleanup, I guess. I really just want to make sure that we're actually done with the game. I'm not gonna lie. I might, hold on, what does that say? Candy store. I don't know if I trust that. What's this movie? Voice recording. Matt Hill.
Like a cabbage, guys.
Sam, you've seen, so now you get to see all the faces. As them in 2005 or 2004. See, he looks like Eddy.
So cute.
He looks like Eddy. Is that all that was? I guess that's all that was. Cool. But while I do that, I guess I'll finish the story. I think what I left off is the conception of sweet nostalgia. But yeah, in 2017, you know, I was like, us friends, we love talking about, you know, nostalgic stuff in our childhood and, you know, things that we did growing up. And so I was like, okay, well, we do this all the time. We have these conversations, these deep, meaningful, elaborate conversations, and they're always funny and, you know, whatever. So why don't we record it? And you know, it wasn't something like where like it was created with them in mind. It was just something that I was going to create and then, you know, bring them. Is this the fucking game trailer? You know, I was like, so yeah, why don't we just talk about it and, you know, record it and shit. It would be cool, be fun. Creating the content would be funny. We're funny, at least we thought. And, you know, it'd just be a good time. Thus came Sweet Nostalgia. And literally, I took out my iPhone 8 Plus. Was it my 8 Plus? Yeah, my 8 Plus at the time. I'm just going to be redoing missions. I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video for 1 second. All right, I'm back. So I found out how to do, because I wanted to do this one specifically. If you look, there are missions that we didn't do. It shows, you know, where we missed a couple. Hell, we missed 2 jawbreakers in that one. But it also shows us costume pieces. We have to go here, dig in sandboxes, and find a costume piece. And those costume pieces unlock these other game modes, or these other missions and stuff. This one specifically, Revenge of Edzilla, is the one I wanted to do. I remember as a kid, which I don't know how I ever got, because I guess I collected all the costumes, I guess. We have to go back and do the first couple missions and go to the sandboxes. So we're finishing it up, and then I get to finish having, you know, the conversation about, you know, Sweet Nostalgia. Like I was saying, so we started up, we did the recordings on my phone. We recorded probably 2 episodes off of my phone. We did a Super Smash Bros. One and I think a Mario one. He's T-posing! We caught him T-posing! You f***ing clanker, we've caught you. We did those episodes. I recorded them. They were not edited by, which mission is this? Pin the tail in the head, scam 2. Okay, so I think there should be something in here, like a sandbox. So we literally just got to keep our eye out for a sandbox, and we're just going to run through everything. We're not going to do anything crazy. Yeah, well, fuck it, move. But yeah, we did that. Never uploaded them. I still have this Sweet Nostalgia episode, like number 2 episode in like my Google Photos. Like, thank God for Google Photos. Never uploaded them. I might go through it and edit them up, because like it's just audio. Edit those up and post them, because I think that would be super cool to post like the very first. I wish I had the very first episode, and also like, I don't know, talk about it. I'm gonna. Eddy, where are you? I'm dead. Okay, well, I was going to use you to murder everybody in here. I think it'd be super cool to go back, or maybe even just like listen to it and have like a commentary over it. I think that was something I talked about one time on a podcast episode, of wanting to go through and react to old Sweet Nostalgia stuff. Because I think we did a Sweet Nostalgia episode on the channel, I think, one time. Like, I think we just, like, talked about... I think we literally just talked about the channel and everything. We didn't, like, go over stuff. I would love to sit there and do, like, a director's commentary over some of the videos, or, like, a past episode or something. I created that episode, did two of those. always talked about it, but we never did anything. I never created any more content after that. Did nothing cool, nothing special. I'm just gonna drop you off over here so that way you're not chomping on me. And we just kind of left it be. You know, I left Sweet Nostalgia in 2017. Never touched it again after that. Always talked about creating content. Always talked about doing stuff and just never did. I think 2018, James and I started hanging out, and we started up something. Do I have all the stuff in this one? What scam are we on again? Pin the tail in the end. I am missing a jawbreaker on this one. Don't know where the hell it's at. I feel like I'm just bypassing. I mean, which that's great. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to find a sandbox, which I should probably go back. I can't. Cool. Love that for me. Or maybe I can't. Oh, no. Wasn't there a sandbox in one of these? Get the fuck off me. But yeah, just left it alone. James and I, that's when we started hanging out. And we both, you know, as you guys already know, fans of the show, you know, super big in the video games. He wanted to do it. I wanted to do it. I just wanted to create content. So we thought up this channel called Luckhorn. I know. Stupid name. But we thought it was the coolest thing ever. We thought of that. I think we started recording one video. And we started playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Because, like, I was still also, like, freshly new into a lot of that shit. I start him up on that. He doesn't really f the game like that. Because it's pretty... has some suggestive, dark tones to it. It sounds very... You're going to find the game. Look it up. It's very cutesy looking. But it is not cute. I don't know if I'm just bypassing everything. Yeah, we did that. We recorded it. Never edited it. Never did anything with it. Never went anywhere. I didn't touch creating content for years until that first time. Like, I think I was talking to my buddy Eric. You know, that was a part of the show at the beginning. And he had some recording equipment. I talked about wanting to, you know, finally start this up. I had this idea. And, you know, he recommended his equipment, and he said that we can use it and that we can do all this stuff with it. So he brought it over to my house at the time. We sat down, we recorded a couple episodes, and no, he didn't bring it to my house. I went to Brandon's house and we recorded our very first episode, the card game episode. Yeah. Then I think we just recorded that one night. I don't know if we did. Yanni's. But we recorded that one episode. Maybe, like I said, maybe two. For those, I don't think I didn't edit them at all. And I just went through and uploaded that. And then we just kept going and going until it started to evolve into what you guys know it as now. You know, I think he left. Well, Eric left because he wanted to go do his own thing. Well, not his own thing, but he had stuff that he wanted to focus on. But at that time, then we recorded a couple more just audio only stuff, and then we slowly, I think, Brandon, we talked about it slightly, or I thought about it slightly of making it a live podcast, or at least a recorded podcast, because you know, it was super popular. You know, it was getting very popular with like Joe Rogan and everything else. And we all like kind of threw it around, but never really decided to pull the trigger on it because they're like, I don't know. I was more leaning in the way of, I won't lie, I was the one that was leaning more in the way of just doing audio, because I grew up, the reason why I wanted to do a podcast, because I grew up on podcasts. My dad listens to, would listen to a bunch of them. He actually did his own when I was growing up with a couple of his buddies from Texas and shit. They just did like a very like nerdy podcast and everything. And so, okay, so I need to find a sandbox. And so I was like, I want to do that. I think it was fun. I think it'd be fun to do a podcast and just hang out with my friends. And okay, there's no sandbox here. Just talk to my buddies and hang out and play games and talk about video games. So I didn't really care to do it as a video. I just wanted to get on there and do that. But then we finally did it. I think we did it live first. We never did like a video of it. We just went to live. And I think our first live, we did it on my Twitch. We had to do it on my Twitch because, and I later uploaded it. For the people that, if you don't know, whenever you first start uploading on YouTube or to be able to go live, you have to like apply, quote unquote, to be able to do it. You have to wait like a certain amount of time before you can officially go live on there. So we weren't able to do it. We just did it over there and then uploaded it later. I went back and just like rewatched it just recently, and it was dog shit, man. It was so bad because like the audio was just very weird, and then the lighting was the lighting was terrible, and you know, the camera placement was like super low. 2 camera angles. I was sitting at my desk while James, I think it was just Brandon on the first one, just sat at a square. Okay, why? Okay, I'm just gonna go to the first one. Well, I'm gonna have to finish this in another episode. I'm running way over. I did a little bit extra. I will see you guys in the next episode. I will finish the rest of that conversation. We'll get to Edzilla. I'll showcase my favorite missions on here. But thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Please subscribe if you haven't. Like it, share it with your friends. For anybody else that loves the nostalgic, like I said, we post Monday through Friday, 2 videos a day. The weekends, Saturday, there's going to be some stuff coming out on the Saturdays. Saturdays are for the boys type stuff, where I want to do more IRL type content evolved around nostalgia and whatnot. Share it around with your friends. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the support. Bye-bye.